Hey everyone, and welcome to the next Pokemon Productions video game review. And this time we're going to be reviewing a game that I've recently finished. If you remember, in a previous video not too long ago, I took a look at Resident Evil 4 for the PS2. This time, I'm going to be taking a look at the Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now this is a pretty recent game. It actually was released earlier this year. It's part of Capcom's newest line of Resident Evil remakes, along the likes of Resident Evil 2 and 3. And since I really enjoyed the original Resident Evil 4, I thought to myself, might as well get the remake. And as you can see, I got the PS5 version. Let's read the back of the box. Survival is just the beginning. Leon S. Kennedy is tasked with rescuing the US president's kidnapped daughter. Will he be able to overcome the madness that awaits him? Experience the genre-defining classic like never before, with updated visuals, gameplay, and more. Now right away, I have to say, this game looks so much better than the original game, like in terms of graphics, which is kind of to be expected. Seeing as this game was made using the RE engine, or RE engine, which is a graphics engine that they originally created in 2017 for Resident Evil 7, but they've used it in every single Resident Evil game since then, and it really shows, because this game looks really, really beautiful. The graphics are gorgeous, and it's just fantastic. The gameplay has also been improved. For one, you can actually move while aiming and shooting, which was a massive, massive, massive improvement over the original. The knife, you can use it to stealth kill people and actually do it on the ground as well. But it actually has a durability meter, meaning if you use it enough times, it will break, which is kind of annoying, but I guess it kind of... I guess the knife was kind of overpowered in the original game, so you can use it whenever you want. And then again, you could only use that when you're moving as well. And the knife would only be used while stationary as well in the original. The game itself is pretty cool. I won't go into details about the story because it's pretty much the same as before. But they have made a few changes. Like, for one thing, one of the villains, Ramon Salazar, he doesn't wear that hat thing that we see in the original. He's got more like a wig now, more like a Georgian wig. Yeah, and his boss fight was actually really, really hard. Possibly the hardest fight in the entire game. And we also get to see more of the relationship between Leon and Jack Krauser, because Leon was made a government agent, and turns out Krauser was the guy who trained him. We don't really get that much backstory between the two in the original, but this game really fleshes them out. And I'm glad they did that. And you can also... There's also this sort of a shortcut thing where you just tap a directional button and you could get any weapon straight away. You don't have to go straight to the inventory to equip yourself with another weapon. Like there's regular pistols, shotguns, submachine guns, bolt throwers, sniper rifles, and they can even give you an assault rifle and a revolver, like a magnum shooter. Like, you know what I mean? And there's also different grenades, like flash grenades, hand grenades, heavy grenades, that really big ones. And of course, the merchant is back to sell you all sorts of things. And you can even tune up the weapons, and he can repair your knife should it break. And I have to admit, some things were a bit changed. Like the villain, Osmond Sadler, he was introduced pretty much at the start of the game. We had to go into very late in the game to actually properly introduce him to you. And it's still the same gist as ever. Like, Leon and Ashley are infected with the Las Plagas parasite. And there is new types of Las Plagas. There's the usual one with the blades and stuff. There's also the one with like big, giant, gaping maw with teeth. Ugh, really disgusting. And there's also these scuttler things like scorpions that latch onto people's backs and make them more aggressive. And of course the Novistadors, those bug things, are back. Pretty much, and the chainsaw guy's back, and those chainsaw sisters as well. El Gigante and an armored version of him. Pretty much everything has been done from the ground up and made I'm going to be honest, this was actually a lot harder than the original. I found myself dying a lot more time. I find myself dying quite a lot in this game, like more so than the original. And I have to admire that. If a remake is harder than the original game, then you know that the developers have done something right. But yeah, if you guys want a good Resident Evil game that's more in line with the Resident Evil games we've got right now, then I highly recommend you get the Resident Evil 4 Remake. And I'm sure there's similar gameplay like this in Resident Evil 2 and 3 Remake, but I've not played them. And I've not even played the original Resident Evil 2 and 3, so, you know. But yeah, this does make me hopeful for the future, and there's also the Mercenaries mode, which is back. Well, it wasn't in the base game, but it did come as a free download, but it's back, and it's just a fun shooting game where you shoot as many enemies as possible, and it's extreme amounts of fun. And if you guys want a good shooter, a good action adventure, and a good bit of B-movie horror, then this is a good game for you. And the game did actually scare me a few times. Like, I was a bit scared, but you know, it's a horror game for a reason. So let me know if you guys have your own thoughts about the Resident Evil 4 Remake. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. I will see you very soon.